Doctor Doom in Marvel Rivals? Because his face is, he's supposed to be the main antagonist of Marvel Rivals, right? But we don't see him much in any of the levels, only in dialogue of passing heroes and characters and stuff, and sometimes in lore pages. Like, for example, we have Black Widow and Punisher are trying to sabotage Doctor Doom in some experiments or some situation. And there's all sorts of that going through a whole bunch of different lore pages of different heroes. You should totally go check them out and look for them. But in this video, I wanted to go into like why we don't see him, or like where is he? Like what is the deal with Doctor Doom? And it's interesting, I saw an article about from Game Rant about talking about how a few video games are putting in Doctor Doom. Like when Fortnite did the Marvel thing, and Doctor Doom was a huge main villain as the reason why Fortnite, or a reason why Marvel was in Fortnite in the first place, and when during that whole season kerfuffle situation. And then in Marvel Rivals, apparently Doctor Doom encountered his heroic future counterpart in the year 29. I don't know what heroic means when being linked to Doctor Doom. From the year 2099, when both of their experiments went out of the control, causing countless universes to collide in the time stream entanglement, which we're going to look at in a second. But that happened, and that's why there's you can have two different sets of the same hero going up against each other in Marvel Rivals, because it's sort of like in Souls games, where when you die, you can just respawn, and it's it's a game mechanic, right? Because you obviously, you can't just die and then the game will be over, right? You have to you be able to try it again. But in a Souls game, it's part of the lore, usually, and the way that you can come back forever. And so do enemies. So they made it lore, they made it lore accurate in this game, where you can have, say, a Mr. Fantastic on one side and a Mr. Fantastic on the other going after each other, because it's different, like, time streams colliding with each other to fight to get out of this situation that Doctor Doom has created, which is interesting, because what happens when Doctor Doom is no longer the main antagonist? Will we still have a game where heroes can go up against each other? Because if they fix the time stream entanglement, then heroes will go home, right? But they shouldn't be able to do that, because then we'd have no game. So I don't know. I don't know what, unless you have a different idea of what that happens. Comment down below. Let me know your theory on what's going on. But this is the time stream entanglement stuff. I'm looking on the Marvel Rivals wiki. Because you can get more straightforward answers than just from the lore pages. So in the background, so Doctor Doom and his 2099 counterpart caused a cataclysmic event known as the Time Stream Entanglement, in which numerous timelines are abruptly linked. During the entanglement, several locations in the other universes are affected. The phenomenon brings multiple timelines together into one reality, bringing different versions of Marvel's iconic characters together, where they must decide whether to put aside their disparities and ally together to face the overarching antagonists, or to continue their prevalent rivalries. So this whole game is basically Doctor Doom's fault. Doctor Doom and his future self were like, let's just do some crazy crap and, put a whole bunch of time streams up with her, because why not? Because we're Doctor Doom. And then this shows the effects that it has on every single mission. Like, for example, the Wakanda mission, when the time stream entanglement come across Wakanda, it would cause mysterious anomalies to rise within the home planet of Vibranium. In addition, the spirit realm of Jalia would begin to merge with the city of Wakanda, burning T'Challa and the physical world. So it basically gives you why we're fighting in these specific areas, why these specific mission areas are being fought over currently. And we saw a little bit of that, of the Wakanda one in Mr. Fantastic's lore, which we read last time. If you haven't read my other Fantastic lore, my other Marvel Rivals lore, we go over the sort of the Fantastic family, the Fantastic Four. Just a little bit. And I actually called their daughter Valerie when it's Valeria, which Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman's daughter is called Valeria, and it just sounds like a disease. Like, why would Doctor Doom named their kid? Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But anyway, this is crazy. And during there's a current event going on right now. I don't know if it's going on right now or if it's already happened. Anyway, there was an event that brought in Central Park as a map. which is the Eternal Night Falls. It's all about like Dracula and all that stuff. So this is the lore as to why that happened. So during the Time Entanglement, Dr. Doom paid a visit to the Lord of Vampires, Vlad Dracula. He then gives Chronovium, the sort of that's like the, what do you call it, the currency that you use, I think, to buy like battle pass stuff. I'm not sure which one it is. There's like 3 or 4 different currencies in Marvel Rivals, but he then introduces him to Chronovium, the result of his experiment that caused the very fabric of time and space to unravel and reweave itself in unexpected ways. He then persuades Dracula that if he drops a single drop of blood on the gem, he will gain access to boundless power held within the crystal. He then instructs Dracula to conquer New York as his new domain by acquiring the Book of the Damned, the Darkhold, which we've seen many times. I mean, that's like the new thing in the MCU now too. That's like, you know, Wanda was all over it in Doctor Strange 2, and so, you know, Agatha all along and all that stuff. But Dracula has agreed on Doom and drops blood on the Chronovium. When the Eternal Night has started in New York, he then visited Doctor Strange at the Sanctum Sanctorum to ask and hand over the Darkhold, which I wouldn't think he would do that. Sorcerer Supreme then refused, obviously, to give the book to Doom, resulting to both exchange spells which lead to the short battle. After the King of Latveria then warned him that a great darkness is coming to reign over all the city. He then left the sanctum and faded in the eyes of Doctor Strange. So this is crazy. Yeah, and these people talking about, like, apparently the developers also came out and said, like, the whole reason as to why Dr. Doom isn't a character in the game right now is because he's a main villain. And a lot of people are saying that even if he was a playable character, he'd be way too OP. And just, if you had him on your team, you'd basically win, which is another reason why people don't think that he's a playable character. But Doom 2099 basically broke reality, as this dude said. But that brings me to my question as to, like, what do you think is gonna happen when Doom is no longer the arch villain of Marvel Rivals, or is he forever gonna be the villain of Marvel Rivals? I don't know. Or is that just season 1? What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'm not quite sure, which is another reason why I'm making this video, because I want to see what you guys think about what is going on, or if our heroes and villains somehow decide to find a way to defeat Doom, what's next? You know what I mean? And then what? How will they, lore-wise, continue to have the game be the game? Like I said earlier, if Doom is the reason why all these heroes and villains are fighting each other, if we fix it, what's to say, how are they gonna re-break it? You know what I mean? Or how are they gonna keep it broken and make it, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments, and I'll definitely read them and we can have another discussion about it. But I just want to take the time to go over the lore and stuff, and if you like the video, subscribe, like, comment down below. If you have other comments or stuff that you want to give me, or little insights that I'm missing, please let me know, and that'd be amazing. That way we can just keep talking about the lore, because I think it's hilarious, or not hilarious, but it's very interesting how a game like this has such intimate lore, or like this. But anyway, subscribe, like, comment down below, and we'll see you all in the next Marvel Rivals video. Bye-bye!